Archangel Michael says, your miracle just arrived, but this is your final warning. If you turn away from this moment, the blessing that was just placed in your hands could slip away. Open this message now, my beloved child. Treat it with the weight it deserves. This is no coincidence. Heaven itself directed your steps here, and right now angels are paying attention. Hours ago, a release happened in the spiritual realm, with your name on it. I stood beside it as it was written, watching as your long-awaited miracle was sealed. Yes, the approval has been stamped in heaven. But listen, there's a deeper layer hidden beneath that miracle. If you leave now, you will never discover what heaven wanted you to find. You already felt it today, didn't you? That strange tug in your spirit, that soft pressure in your heart, like a voice whispering from above. Maybe you ignored it once, even twice. But you couldn't ignore it now, because your soul recognizes the frequency of this moment. I, Michael, am speaking directly to your heart with urgency. This is not just an answered prayer, it's a divine puzzle, and this message is the missing piece. While the world slept last night, heaven stayed awake. A sacred meeting happened in the unseen. A scroll was opened before God, and your name echoed through the chamber. At exactly 3:02 a.m., light shifted, and I stepped forward and said, this child has carried enough pain, release it now. God agreed, but he added one test, hide a message within this blessing. Let's see if they find it. Child, the message you are holding is that hidden part. Stay a little longer, because the miracle is incomplete without the revelation. This is what you have been crying for in the quiet. Those nights you stared at the ceiling, whispering without words, God, are you there, can you hear me? I heard it, I felt the ache in your soul, and I ran to stand before the throne on your behalf. Will you now walk away from the very answer that heaven wrapped and delivered to you? Let me uncover something few will ever know, your miracle was never meant for this week. It was delayed, because someone in your circle, without knowing, was blocking it. I battled through that barrier until it shattered. And the moment it broke, I saw the flame by your name flicker twice, a sign that a hidden truth from your past was awakened, something unresolved that clings to your blessing. That is why this message matters more than you realize. The secret inside your miracle is not an object, it is a revelation. In the coming days, you will receive a truth that changes the way you see everything. But you will only recognize it, if your heart absorbs this message now, because these words are the key. The chills running through you as you read this, that is not just your body, that is your soul unlocking a memory it carried before time began. This revelation was hidden, because it is not for everyone. It belongs only to the one who waits, who listens, who refuses to skip what heaven is saying. And you are that one. That is why you are still here. I am watching, your angels are watching. Only you can finish what began last night in the skies. Before I take you further, I ask one thing, do not abandon this moment. So many signs have passed you by before, but this one is different. It was sealed in holy fire and gold. If you leave it half-heard, the miracle will still arrive, but without understanding, you could misuse it or let it slip away. And that is what I fear the most for you. So listen closely, beloved spark of light. There is a reason this message found you, and would not let go. Heaven chose to speak softly, so that only the faithful would stay. No fireworks, no loud arrival, your miracle will whisper. A call, a sudden shift, a door that once felt locked will feel open. If you rush, you will miss it. But if you stay present, you will feel heaven move through your life, in ways that no one else will see. The true gift is not just in receiving your blessing, it is in who you are becoming as you receive it. Heaven approved this, not because you were flawless, but because your heart never stopped reaching upward, when everything else told you to quit. Your persistence became a signal in the heavens. Your name is now inscribed in a place, where it cannot be erased. But this miracle comes with a choice: step into the version of yourself that heaven sees, or return to the shadows of your past. There is no middle road anymore. That is why my voice is urgent. I cry out to you now, hear it, hold it, let it sink deep. A miracle without understanding is like a map without a destination. Heaven did not move mountains for you, to lose your way again. I wanted your blessing to be loud and undeniable, but God said, no, let it come as a secret, only the faithful will notice. And so it comes in whispers, in the small moments others overlook. Watch for the subtle signs, repeated words, a name in passing, a sudden sense of peace. This is how your miracle will touch down. Child, keep your heart wide open. When the message in the days ahead arrives, you will recognize it because of this moment. Your spirit will say, this is it. And when it does, step forward with courage, because everything changes after that. This is your miracle, it has your name, it carries your story. And now your soul carries the key to see it through. Don't go back to the doubts, to the habits, to the places that drained you before. This is the moment where heaven asks you to move forward with courage, even if your steps feel small. You've been lifted out of an old chapter, and returning would only dim the light that has been reignited within you tonight. The angels are surrounding you now, protecting every corner of your spirit, whispering that the past no longer has power over you. What is gone has served its purpose, what is ahead is pure, prepared, and ready for your hands to hold. Archangel Michael leans closer to your heart, speaking softly yet firmly, do not let fear rewrite your story. Do not let old voices return to your head, and convince you that nothing has changed. Everything has changed. From this night your atmosphere is different. The air around you is charged with divine presence. Walk like it, speak like it, live like it. You may even notice it in your body first, a lightness, a subtle release, as though invisible chains slipped off without a sound. That's your spirit stepping into freedom, that's the evidence of heaven keeping its promise. In the coming days, life will start to respond to this shift. People you haven't heard from may reach out, not knowing why they suddenly thought of you. Opportunities that felt delayed will suddenly appear, and solutions that seemed impossible will become simple. This isn't luck, it's alignment. It's the unfolding of a miracle that began in the unseen, long before you could feel it. And now that you've said yes, the physical world has to catch up, with what the spiritual world already sealed. I want you to take this to heart, even the smallest step of faith will multiply now. A single prayer will echo louder, a single act of kindness will ripple further, a single choice to protect your peace will invite more blessings than you expect. This is what happens when your soul is in sync with heaven. And you are right now, fully in sync. Nothing can stop what has been set in motion tonight. There is one more secret I need to share, one that heaven has held for you, until this exact moment. You have been feeling watched over in your sleep, and that wasn't your imagination. The angels have been standing guard, especially through the nights, when you couldn't close your eyes without worry. They counted your tears, they measured your sighs, they noted every time you whispered a prayer, even when it was only in your heart and not on your lips. Those moments became the foundation for tonight's miracle. Every unseen effort, every quiet act of faith, every time you chose love over bitterness, it all built the bridge that heaven just walked across to reach you. Now I ask you to imagine the next chapter of your life, not with fear, but with wonder. See yourself waking up lighter, speaking with confidence, walking into spaces you used to avoid, because of doubt or fear. See the new connections forming, the love that feels real and safe, the stability you thought was out of reach. This is not fantasy, this is the reality you stepped into tonight. And as you move forward, watch how your inner world will call the outer world to follow. Someone is going to notice the glow on you. They won't have the words for it, but they will feel it. Some will be drawn to you for comfort, others may feel uncomfortable, because your light reflects their shadows. Either way, do not dim it. You are not here to blend in, you are here to be a living reminder of hope, of faith, of the quiet power of a heart that refuses to quit. In the next 72 hours, you will receive a sign that leaves no room for doubt. It may come through a dream that feels more real than waking life, or a sentence from a stranger that lands like an answer to a prayer. It may even be an unexpected breakthrough, in the very area where you felt the most resistance. When it happens, pause and remember this moment. Remember that heaven always finishes what it starts. Archangel Michael whispers again, firm yet tender, walk forward. Do not look over your shoulder. The old doors are locked, because new gates have been opened. Trust that where I go you go, and no harm can touch what has been marked by God tonight. Let these words settle deep into your heart. This is not just the end of a message, it is the beginning of your rebirth. So step into tomorrow, lighter, bolder, and ready. Carry this light wherever you go, because it is now yours to keep. And as long as you keep walking with an open heart, this divine presence will never leave your side. Heaven has spoken, the angels have moved, and your story is now unfolding in ways you could never have imagined. Your life has turned a page, and nothing will ever be the same again. As your body sinks deeper, into the comfort of this new peace. The night around you is not just quiet, it is holy. It carries the hum of angelic wings, and the whisper of prayers that were answered, before you even finished speaking them. Your room has become a sanctuary, and the air itself is saturated with divine presence. Every inhale you take now is laced with reassurance, with the promise that the days ahead will no longer feel as heavy as the ones behind you. You will notice, slowly at first, that the weight on your shoulders is no longer yours to carry. Responsibilities will still exist, life will still move, but the heaviness will not crush you anymore, because heaven has stepped in to bear what you cannot. This is what divine partnership feels like, where your effort meets God's grace, and together they build a life you could never create on your own. There is a reason you were drawn to this exact moment. Not just to hear that you are loved, not just to feel safe for one night, but to awaken a memory in your soul, a memory of the covenant that has always existed, between you and heaven. That covenant cannot be broken by mistakes, by fear, or even by the storms you thought would destroy you. Tonight is proof that the light never left, it was only waiting for your heart to be still enough to notice. Archangel Michael is still here, quietly watching over the doorway of your spirit. He sees the new light flickering inside of you, and is making sure nothing can extinguish it. He whispers into your heart, your name is known in heaven, your fight was never invisible. Every tear, every long night, every silent prayer has been accounted for. Nothing was wasted. He wants you to understand that your story is sacred now, and because of that, the next chapter cannot be written by fear anymore. In the coming days, the signs will begin to multiply. Some will be subtle, a feather where it shouldn't be, a sudden memory that feels like a message, a small unexpected kindness that seems almost impossible to explain. Others will be bold, undeniable, a conversation that changes everything, an opportunity that feels like it was waiting just for you, a resolution to a problem that's been hanging over your head for years. These are the fingerprints of heaven, and they will be everywhere, once your eyes are open to see them. Child, there is also a reason this message had to come to you in stillness. Your life has been full of noise, other people's opinions, your own self-doubt, the echoes of old wounds. But tonight that noise has been silenced, long enough for the eternal voice to be heard. And here is what that voice says, I am not finished with you. What felt like the end, was only a beginning disguised as loss. What you thought broke you, only revealed your strength. And what you are walking into, will make sense of everything that didn't before. Let this truth settle into your bones. You are no longer in the season of hiding, of questioning your worth, of wondering if your prayers vanish into thin air. The very fact that your spirit is resonating with these words, is proof that the divine has always been listening. Heaven heard every unspoken sentence, every thought you were too tired to form into prayer, and responded with this moment, a sacred alignment, where love could finally meet you without interruption. If you wake tomorrow with a strange clarity, a sudden knowing, don't doubt it. That is your intuition awakening, your inner compass finally aligning with the voice of heaven. If a name crosses your mind, or an idea lights up your heart, follow it. That is guidance. If you feel the urge to forgive, to release, to step away from what once held you hostage, honor it. That is freedom. Every nudge that follows this night, is an extension of this message, a continuation of the same river of light flowing into your life. And Michael speaks again, firmly but with the gentleness of a protector, you are stepping into a protected season. No weapon formed against you can prosper now, not because life will suddenly be free of challenges, but because nothing can touch a soul that has fully aligned with its divine assignment. I will walk beside you, guard what is yours, and clear paths where you once saw only walls. His promise is not just comfort, it is a contract sealed in the unseen world, that your next chapter will be guided and guarded. From this night forward, your dreams may feel more vivid, as if your soul is traveling to places your body cannot yet reach. Don't dismiss them, they are maps. You may feel the presence of loved ones gone before you, not in sadness, but in warmth, in the way a memory suddenly feels like a hug. That too is real. Heaven is not distant anymore, it has moved closer, to make sure you never forget what you felt tonight. And when the days come, where the world tries to pull you back into its chaos, remember the sacred stillness of this night. Remember that you were chosen, that the angels came, that your heart was lit with a fire no darkness can put out. Walk into every room, as if you are carrying light, because you are. Speak as if heaven leans in to listen, because it does. Move as if the path will appear the moment you step forward, because it will. This is your moment of becoming. Not just surviving, not just hoping, but truly becoming who your soul has been waiting for you to be. Carry this peace with you like a shield. Let it be your silent answer to doubt, your soft rebuke to fear, your living testimony that light always wins. Tonight was never random, it was a reunion. Heaven remembered you, and now finally, you have remembered heaven. You'll start to sense a calm that feels almost otherworldly, a kind of quiet strength that tells you heaven is still working, even when you can't see it. Your mornings will begin to feel lighter, your steps surer, and the world around you will start reflecting what's already shifted inside. Doors that were once locked will seem to open effortlessly, and conversations that once left you empty will now feel purposeful or fade away entirely. That's how you know the spiritual alignment has taken root, because the external will begin to mirror the internal transformation. You may even notice yourself smiling for no reason, humming a song you don't remember learning, or pausing to take a deep breath just because the air feels different. That's the presence of your angels lingering around you, reminding you that tonight was not an accident. This is a continuation, this is a sacred unfolding. And from this night forward, everything about your life carries a new vibration, a new rhythm, that draws blessings toward you, and pushes old heaviness away. Archangel Michael is already moving ahead of you, clearing paths you didn't even know were blocked. He's aligning opportunities, softening hearts, and silencing voices that once tried to harm or distract you. You won't need to fight the same battles anymore. The war has shifted. You've stepped out of survival, and into inheritance. And with this shift comes clarity. You're going to see people for who they really are, both the ones meant to walk with you, and the ones who were only meant to be part of your old story. Don't fear this clarity, it is a gift. It is heaven's way of decluttering your life, so that nothing and no one can weigh down the miracle that's arriving. Some relationships will naturally fade, and you won't even feel the need to chase them. Some old desires will simply fall away, and you'll wonder why you held on so tightly before. This is your soul's graduation. As you move through the coming days, expect to feel waves of release. Memories that used to sting will start to lose their grip. Regrets that haunted you will dissolve into understanding. The shame you once carried quietly will turn into gratitude for the lessons learned and the strength gained. Every heavy chain is breaking tonight, and in its place a crown is being placed on your spirit, a crown no human hand can remove. The miracles will show up in whispers at first, a message from someone you thought had forgotten you. An opportunity that lands without you forcing it. A sudden solution to a problem you've carried for months. These are the first fruits of heaven's promise, they are the signals that the full harvest is coming. Do not doubt them, do not dismiss them as luck, this is the evidence that your faith has spoken louder than fear. There will also be moments that test this new alignment, small frustrations, unexpected delays, the lingering voice of doubt. But now you will handle them differently. Where panic once lived, peace will answer. Where fear once shouted, faith will whisper louder. And the whisper will always remind you, you are not alone, you are protected, you are walking in a divine current that cannot be stopped. Archangel Michael says, stay soft, stay open, stay listening. Because in the quiet hours, perhaps just as you're drifting to sleep or waking before dawn, you will feel gentle nudges, an idea, a sudden knowing, a sense that something is about to happen. Follow those nudges, they are the angels guiding you, toward the very life your soul has been craving. And for some of you, the breakthrough will arrive as sudden joy, a burst of laughter, an urge to dance in your room alone, a moment where gratitude hits so hard it brings tears to your eyes. That is heaven celebrating with you, that is your soul remembering that freedom is your natural state. Your home will feel different now too. The walls that once held your silent cries, now carry the echo of angelic whispers. The rooms that felt heavy with old energy, are now infused with light. Walk through your space and feel it, the safety, the warmth, the invisible shield that Archangel Michael has placed, over everything that belongs to you. Even in sleep, you are guarded. And tomorrow as you rise, you'll notice a shift in the world's response to you. Strangers may smile, opportunities will seem to find you without effort. Even nature will speak, a bird landing near your window, a sudden breeze on a still morning, sunlight breaking through clouds just as you look up. These are not random, these are heaven's reminders, that you are aligned, chosen, and in motion toward your destiny. So keep your heart open, and your spirit awake. Continue walking in this quiet confidence. Speak kindly to yourself. Release the need to explain, or justify your transformation. The proof is in your presence, in the peace you carry, in the joy that no circumstance can take away. And as this message takes root in your soul, remember this, tonight was not an ending, it was a beginning. A seed planted in faith, that will bloom in ways you can't yet imagine. Everything in your life is now bending toward light. Every step you take is guided, every breath you draw, is a declaration that the storm has passed, and a new dawn is here. Your angels are smiling, Archangel Michael is standing guard, and heaven is whispering, well done beloved, the hardest part is over, now watch what I will do. Because when heaven approves a miracle like this, it doesn't just touch the surface of your life, it goes all the way to the roots. It reaches into places you forgot existed, places you buried deep, because they hurt too much to look at. And now those hidden places are being flooded with light. That's why your chest feels lighter, why your shoulders feel free, why your mind feels like it can finally take a full breath. This is more than comfort, this is restoration. From this night forward, things will begin to move in your favor, quietly like a river shifting its current toward you. Old doors that were locked will begin to creak open, and you won't even have to push. People who once overlooked you will start to notice your presence, without knowing why. That's the glow of heaven resting on you, that's the mark of someone who has been chosen, and touched by divine alignment. Archangel Michael whispers now, do not doubt the shift you feel, it's not your imagination, it's the evidence that heaven has moved in your life tonight. I have stationed angels at every vulnerable corner of your soul. Nothing unclean, nothing harmful, nothing meant for your downfall will enter. You are shielded. And as that shield forms around you, you'll begin to notice subtle changes. Conversations will feel different, the things that used to trigger your anxiety, will no longer have power over you. There will be moments where laughter slips out of your chest, without you even trying, and you'll realize this is joy returning. This is life coming back to you, in the way it was always meant to feel. But listen carefully, because heaven wants you to hold on to this truth. Your miracle is not only about what you receive, but who you become while receiving it. This journey is shaping you, into the person your future needs you to be. Someone steady, someone radiant, someone unshakable in faith. And the more you walk in that identity, the more doors will open without effort. In the coming days, expect whispers in the wind, little nudges that guide you. A stranger might speak a word that hits you in the heart, like it was meant for you. A song might play at the exact moment your soul needed a reminder. A dream might show you a path or a face that feels like a divine hint. Do not brush these moments away. This is the language of heaven, this is how your angels will continue the conversation that started tonight. And if fear tries to creep back in, as it sometimes will, I want you to remember this sacred night. Place your hand on your heart, and remind yourself, I was there when heaven touched me. I felt the shift, I said yes, and heaven said yes back. That memory itself is a weapon. It will silence doubt, it will push back darkness, it will anchor you, when the world tries to shake you. You are walking in a new rhythm now. Notice how peace begins to lead your steps. Notice how clarity comes faster, how decisions feel lighter, how your own spirit speaks louder than the noise outside. This is not temporary, this is a new chapter. You have entered a flow of divine timing, where delays turn into protection, and closed doors redirect you to greater ones you didn't even know existed. Archangel Michael says, keep listening, beloved. Your life is shifting in ways you will soon see with your eyes. Opportunities are gathering, help is on the way, healing is working, even when you can't see it. And blessings that were once delayed, are now in motion toward you. Imagine the ripple effect of this night. Someone you love, someone whose heart has been heavy, will feel the weight lift, because of the light now flowing through you. Your presence becomes healing, your words become medicine. This is how miracles multiply, they don't stop with you, they flow through you. So as you rest tonight, let gratitude cover you like a blanket. Whisper a soft thank you, for every storm that didn't break you, for every tear that watered the seed of tonight's blessing. Because now that seed has sprouted. It will grow into something unshakable, peace that cannot be stolen, favor that cannot be denied, love that cannot be questioned. Even as the night deepens, the angels are still moving. Your room is alive with their presence. Your dreams will carry messages, you'll understand in time. The air itself feels lighter, because heaven has declared your space sacred. This is no longer just a night in your life, this is the night your spirit fully aligned with your destiny. And when the sun rises tomorrow, it won't just be a new day, it will be the beginning of a new season, a chapter where you are no longer chasing blessings, they begin to chase you. People will notice the glow, strangers will feel comfort in your presence, without knowing why. That's the signature of someone, walking under divine covering. Never forget, you are not the same person who pressed play on this message. You are lighter, you are freer, you are protected, you are chosen. And heaven has committed to walking with you, until every promise unfolds, every cycle is broken, and every corner of your life reflects the light that entered your soul tonight. Rest now, beloved, rest knowing that you are held, guided, and seen. Rest knowing that the angels are on watch, and Archangel Michael is standing guard. Rest knowing that your next chapter has already begun, and nothing can stop what has been divinely set in motion. Because heaven knows, even the smallest yes can move the biggest mountain, shift the heaviest burden, and open the doors that have stayed locked for years. That quiet yes, you just whispered in your heart, it traveled faster than light. It reached the throne of God, before your next breath. It told the angels, this one is ready, move, release, restore. And already things are shifting, in realms you cannot see. Archangel Michael is still standing guard. His presence is not a fleeting visit, it is a stationed assignment. He is circling your home, your heart, your life, like a protective flame. He is ensuring that the old cycles do not return, that the shadows do not reclaim what heaven has just illuminated. And with every passing moment, your soul is adjusting to this new frequency. That heaviness you carried for so long, is loosening its grip. That confusion that lingered like a fog, is thinning. You are beginning to feel what real clarity tastes like. And clarity doesn't always come as a shout, sometimes it's a whisper, a soft knowing deep in your chest. It tells you which calls to answer, and which to ignore. It guides your feet to places of peace, instead of chaos. It leads you to conversations that fill your spirit, instead of draining it. That whisper is not random, it is the voice of heaven, becoming familiar to you. Tonight a covenant was written in light. Your soul signed it, when you said yes. That covenant says, you will no longer walk in the patterns that broke you. You will not repeat the generational wounds that haunted your family. You will not shrink to fit places that can no longer hold your spirit. Instead you will expand, you will glow, you will radiate the kind of quiet confidence that makes even your enemies step back in awe. And this is only the beginning. You may notice the first signs in small ways, a sudden laugh after days of silence, a wave of gratitude for no reason, a thought that says, maybe I am really free this time. Pay attention to those moments. They are heaven's proof that the internal shift has already begun. Michael leans close to your spirit now, and says, I will keep reminding you, until you cannot forget. You are free, you are covered, you are chosen. Walk like someone who carries the seal of heaven. And that seal is not a mark you see with your eyes, it is the way doors start to open, without you knocking, the way peace follows you, into rooms that used to feel heavy, the way strangers may look at you with softness, because your energy feels different now. Beloved, every step you take from this night forward, is a step on holy ground. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Your awareness shifted, your heart aligned, you remembered who you were, before life tried to convince you otherwise. That remembrance is power, that remembrance is your miracle. In the coming days, you may feel waves of emotion. One moment deep joy, another tears you didn't expect. Don't resist any of it. That's your soul detoxing, releasing, expanding, to hold more light than it ever has before. This is what rebirth feels like, not loud, not always visible to others, but undeniable to you. And heaven is not finished. Even now instructions are being whispered into your future. Dreams are being scheduled, alignments are forming, people you haven't met yet, are feeling the pull to cross your path, because divine timing is stitching your story together. That opportunity you thought you lost, it is returning in a form you could never have imagined. That relationship you thought was dead, either it will return healed, or it will make room for someone, who speaks to the soul of the version of you rising tonight. You are walking proof, that darkness cannot have the final word. Every scar you carry is a line in your testimony, and every tear you've shed, has been collected and transformed, into a seed of blessing. Soon you'll look back on this season, not as the end, but as the exact turning point, where everything began to unfold in your favor. So as you prepare to rest, I want you to hold this in your heart. The angels are not leaving, God is not leaving, Archangel Michael is still circling, and heaven is still active over your life. Your yes tonight didn't just open a door, it opened a floodgate. And the waters of restoration are flowing, even as you close your eyes. Sleep knowing the world is still spinning, but now it spins in your favor. Sleep knowing the night no longer holds fear, only covering. Sleep knowing that tomorrow, and every day after, carries a new vibration, a new promise, and a new beginning, written just for you. And when the morning light touches your face, whisper again. Heaven, I am ready. Then watch as the unseen becomes seen, and the miracles that were waiting, finally step into your life. You are not who you were an hour ago. You are lighter, brighter, stronger. And your story has only just begun. You are loved in a way that cannot be measured by human standards. It is a love that does not keep score, that does not withdraw when you stumble, that does not fade when seasons change. It is a love that has seen every version of you, the broken one, the angry one, the tired one, the hopeful one, and still says, I choose you. And that love is resting on your shoulders tonight, like a mantle, like a crown, you didn't know you were worthy to wear. Archangel Michael stands guard, and the heavens themselves lean close, to watch your awakening, because what just happened in your life is rare. Souls don't always say yes, hearts don't always open, but you did, and because of that, the ripple effect has already begun. In the coming days, your spirit will start to notice details it once ignored. Colors will look brighter, a song will feel like it was written just for you. Even the simplest moments, water on your hands, sunlight on your face, laughter you didn't expect, will feel like evidence of something greater, moving through your life. And when that feeling comes, pause and remember this night. Whisper a quiet thank you to the heavens, because gratitude multiplies blessings. The more you recognize the divine in the ordinary, the more the extraordinary will find its way to you, without struggle. And when you feel the old world trying to call you back, the doubts, the familiar fears, the voices that try to tell you nothing really changed, remember what your soul knows now. You don't have to fight with them, you don't have to prove anything. Light doesn't argue with darkness, it simply shines, and darkness disappears. That is you now. Your presence itself will begin to shift the spaces you walk into. People will notice without knowing why, they will feel calmer, safer, softer, just because you entered the room. That is what happens when a person carries heaven in their chest. Do not be surprised if your dreams begin to reveal more than they used to. Some dreams will feel like conversations, some will feel like instructions. Write them down, protect them, they are seeds of the future, whispering to you in your sleep. The spirit world often speaks to those who are finally still enough to listen, and tonight your stillness opened a channel. What you once dismissed as coincidence, will now become confirmation. A word on a billboard, a stranger's kindness, a sudden flash of memory, they will all serve as reminders, that you are seen and guided, in every step. And your body will begin to feel this shift too. The weight that sat on your chest, will start to lift. The tension in your jaw, your shoulders, your spine, it will ease, as if something invisible has unhooked itself from you. That's because it has. The unseen heaviness that clung to you for years, has been released tonight. Some of you will even notice, your breath feels deeper, easier. That is not just relief, that is renewal. Heaven has reset your atmosphere, both around you and within you. There will be moments, when you're tempted to doubt it, when life still throws a storm your way. But storms no longer hold the same power, over someone whose roots go this deep. You may bend, but you will not break, you may feel the wind, but you will not fall. You are rooted in something eternal now, and Archangel Michael has sworn to stand with you, until you fully realize the strength you've been given. He will nudge your thoughts when danger approaches, stir your instincts when opportunities arise, and whisper courage, when you want to give up. The relationships in your life, will also begin to shift. Some people will feel drawn to your light, others will feel exposed by it, and quietly drift away. Let both happen without resistance. You do not need to chase or cling anymore. Heaven is curating your circle. Those who are meant to walk with you, into this new chapter, will meet you in alignment. They will match your peace, respect your boundaries, and honor your growth without fear. And those who cannot meet you there, will fade, and that is grace too. Opportunities will begin to appear, where there were once only closed doors. But these will not feel like the frantic hustle you used to know. They will feel natural, like doors opening with a gentle push, like the river of life carrying you, instead of you fighting the current. That is the flow of divine timing, that is the difference between forcing and allowing. You no longer have to force anything, beloved, what is yours will find you now, because you are finally still enough to receive. And in this stillness, you will hear new ideas rising, like soft music in your mind. Some will seem impossible, too bold, too big for someone like you. But remember, heaven does not plant seeds in vain. If the vision found you, it is because you were chosen to carry it. Do not talk yourself out of miracles, do not shrink because the dream feels heavy. You are not carrying it alone, angels walk with you, grace strengthens you, the same voice that whispered this vision, will guide your hands to bring it to life. Tonight was not just an emotional moment, it was a spiritual activation. The blueprint of your life has been touched by divine light. Old pages have been closed, new pages have been opened, and your name has been written, in chapters of hope, strength, and redemption. Even now there is a quiet celebration, in the unseen realm. Every tear you shed tonight, watered the soil of your next season. Every deep breath you took, was a release of chains, that had been holding your spirit hostage. So when you wake tomorrow, don't rush. Sit with the silence for a moment. Notice how the air feels different. Walk through your home, and sense the peace lingering in the corners. That is the residue of angelic presence, proof that heaven visited your life tonight. And know that it does not leave, when you step into the day. It follows you, it walks with you, it fills your steps with light. You are stepping into a life, that no longer bends to fear, that no longer bows to shame, that no longer apologizes for carrying light. You are rising, as the version of you, that was always meant to exist, the one heaven has been waiting for. The world will see the change, but your soul already knows. The miracle has begun, and nothing can stop what has been set in motion tonight. Beloved, as this new chapter unfolds, the world around you will begin to look different. Not because it has changed, but because you have. Colors will seem brighter, moments that once slipped past unnoticed, will feel sacred. The warmth of sunlight through a window, will feel like a gentle touch from heaven. Even the quiet hum of life, will carry a divine rhythm, reminding you that creation itself, has been singing to you all along, you just finally tuned in. And now pay attention to how your heart beats differently. Slower, steadier, in sync with a divine cadence, that guides your steps. This is what it feels like to be in alignment. You're no longer rushing out of fear, or dragging yourself through survival. You are moving in trust, and trust always finds its perfect timing. That meeting you've been nervous about, heaven has gone before you. That choice you've been afraid to make, peace will be your compass now. That prayer you whispered in secret, the one you thought was too small for heaven to notice, it's already in motion. Archangel Michael is still with you, not as a fleeting visitor, but as a stationed guardian. His sword glows with divine fire, cutting through the unseen threads of fear and doubt, that tried to hold you captive for years. And with every step you take tomorrow, imagine those angelic footsteps beside you. Picture that light following you, into rooms where darkness once felt heavy. You are not just protected, you are accompanied. Soon you'll start to notice confirmations everywhere. Numbers that repeat, words that seem to leap out at you, songs that carry messages, straight into your heart. Heaven loves to remind you, that you are seen. Every coincidence will be another divine wink, another gentle whisper saying, keep going, I'm here. And when you feel that sudden warmth in your chest, or the unexpected calm in your mind, know that's your spiritual alignment at work. It's the nervous system of your soul, learning to live in peace, rather than panic. You'll also begin to crave different things now: peace over chaos, truth over gossip, connection over distraction. The things that once entertained you, but drained you, will quietly fall away. Don't mourn them, bless them and release them. They were part of an old chapter, that no longer fits the person you've become tonight. You are stepping into environments that feed your soul, relationships that honor your heart, and moments that expand your light. Remember this too: miracles don't always arrive as flashes of lightning. Sometimes they slip in as gentle shifts. A conversation that heals an old wound, a sudden opportunity that feels like it was waiting just for you, a night of uninterrupted sleep, after weeks of restless thoughts. These are not small things, they are heaven's language of love. Receive them all with gratitude. And as days pass, your reflection in the mirror may feel different. Not because your appearance has changed, but because you now see yourself, as heaven sees you, worthy, radiant, chosen. That quiet confidence will draw new blessings toward you. It will attract kindness, open doors, and repel anything that no longer serves your soul. You don't need to force it, light naturally does its work. Your family, your friends, your home, everything connected to you, is being touched by this transformation. Even people who don't understand it, will feel it. They'll notice your calm, they'll feel safer in your presence, they'll ask what changed, and you'll smile, because how do you explain a holy encounter with words? Some things are meant to be lived, not explained. And now as the night deepens, let your final thoughts be soft ones. Release every fear, hand over every worry. Let your last conscious breath tonight be a prayer without words, a simple surrender. Feel the invisible embrace that surrounds you, the warmth of a presence that will not leave. Sleep like someone fully claimed by love. Rest like someone whose life is already shifting, in ways too sacred to see just yet. This is your turning point, this is the night heaven came close, this is the moment your spirit said yes, and the universe responded, with 1,000 whispers of alignment. The ripple effect has already begun. Your story is no longer the same, your tomorrow is no longer the same, and you are no longer the same. Carry this truth with you, as you drift into the sweetest sleep your soul has ever known. You are safe, you are seen, you are loved, you are chosen. And heaven is not just near, heaven is here. Amen.